Here's a comprehensive summary of what we know so far and what remains under investigation about the tragic crash of Air India's Boeing 7878, Flight AI-171, near Ahmedabad on June 12, 2025. Airplane: what happened? Flight AI-171, a Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, tail number VTANB, departed Ahmedabad en route to London Gatwick with 242 people on board, 232 passengers and 10 crew. Just 33 seconds after takeoff, at only about 625 feet altitude, it suddenly descended and crashed into a medical college hostel, killing nearly everyone aboard, only one survivor, and dozens on the ground. economictimes.indiatimes.com. +15. thesun.co.uk. +15. gulfnews.com. +15. thetimes.co.uk. +2. gulfnews.com. +2. indiatimes.com. +2. Man, airplane crew and aircraft status. The flight was commanded by Captain Sumit Sabharwal, 8,200 flight hours, and First Officer Clive Kundar, 1,100 HRS, totaling around 9,300 HRS. News.com.au. +3. HindustanTimes.com. +3. nypost.com. +3. The right engine was recently installed in March 2025, the left engine was last serviced in 2023 and wasn't due for maintenance until December. en.wikipedia.org. +1. nypost.com. +1. The black boxes, flight and cockpit voice recorders, were retrieved and data extraction began June 24, 2025, with analysis ongoing by India's AAIB alongside US NTSB, FAA and UK AAIB experts. indiatoday.in. +15. livemint.com. +15. infra.economictimes.indiatimes.com. +15. Main hypotheses under investigation. 1. Dual-engine power loss. Both engines reportedly lost thrust shortly after takeoff, an incredibly rare 1 in a billion event. indiatoday.in. +2. thesun.co.uk. +2. livemint.com. +2. A ram air turbine, RAT, deployed automatically or manually, signaling either engine failure or major electrical/hydraulic loss. indiatoday.in. +3. gulfnews.com. +3. en.wikipedia.org. +3. 2. Fuel contamination or sabotage. Investigators are exploring whether contaminated or tainted fuel might have caused symmetrical engine failure. indiatoday.in. +4. gulfnews.com. +4. contrail.in. +4. The Civil Aviation Minister confirmed sabotage is being considered, including fuel tampering. news.com.au. +1. livemint.com. +1. 3. Bird strike. Ahmedabad, near migratory habitats and slaughterhouses, has documented bird strike risk. Experts believe multiple bird hits could cripple both engines. livemint.com. +1. gulfnews.com. +1. However, such simultaneous dual-engine bird strikes are extremely unlikely, and no physical evidence, e.g. bird remains, has been confirmed in engines. 4. Configuration faults, flaps, landing gear. Footage shows the landing gear remained extended, and there were questions about missing flap deployment which would severely reduce lift. news.com.au. +6. livemint.com. +6. independent.co.uk. +6. Simulator tests by Air India pilots showed that having gear down and flaps up alone wouldn't cause a crash, suggesting a deeper technical or procedural issue. thescotussun.co.uk. +4. indiatoday.in. +4. en.wikipedia.org. +4. 5. Electrical or hydraulic system failure. RAT deployment could also indicate electrical/hydraulic issues, independent of engine status. nypost.com. +7. gulfnews.com. +7. en.wikipedia.org. +7. 6. Pilot error. Preliminary expert scrutiny concludes no explicit signs of pilot error, though flap/gear misconfiguration was initially considered. en.wikipedia.org. +13. gulfnews.com. +13. livemint.com. +13. However, cockpit warnings or malfunctions were reported, and experienced crew reduced the likelihood of gross procedural mistakes. Left-pointing magnifying glass. What investigation is being done? The AAIB has convened a multidisciplinary team and is working with international aviation authorities. Preliminary report expected in 3 months, full analysis may take up to a year. Contrail.in. +5. thesun.co.uk. +5. news.com.au. +5. Key tasks include detailed black box data analysis, FDR/CVR. Forensic inspection of engines and fuel samples. CCTV and eyewitness reconstructions. Aircraft systems and maintenance review, including simulation validation. Timeline and next steps. June 12 crash occurs. June 13-16 black boxes recovered. June 24-25 data extraction begins in Delhi. June 29 sabotage formally acknowledged as possibility. Times of India.indiatimes.com. +8. thesun.co.uk. +8. livemint.com. +8. livemint.com. +2. airenews.tv. +2. infra.economictimes.indiatimes.com. +2. Early September, 3 months later, preliminary AAIB report expected, covering root cause, and safety recommendations. End 2025 or into 2026 final comprehensive findings and regulatory/industry actions. White heavy check mark preliminary conclusions. The primary focus is dual engine failure, supported by RAT deployment, lack of fire or smoke, and pilot's mayday call. Fuel contamination/sabotage, bird strikes, systemic malfunction, or a combination remain strong hypotheses. Pilot error is unlikely based on crew profile and simulator testing. This is a high-complexity investigation, full of interrelated factors. Nothing is ruled out or confirmed until analysis completes. Pushpin summary. The crash appears to stem from an abrupt loss of thrust in both engines, possibly due to fuel issues or sabotage, but bird strikes and mechanical/electrical faults are also being assessed. The RAT deployment, black box data, and simulation outcomes are key clues. Full clarity is unlikely before the AAIB's preliminary report emerges around September, with conclusive findings expected later. India, how much more will you endure? 260 lives gone in seconds. Children, mothers, grandparents blown out of the sky, not by a warhead, but by criminal negligence. And now? Their families, the shattered, the scorched, the orphaned, are being told to wait. Hand pointing right, wait for investigations. Hand pointing right, wait for processes. Hand pointing right, wait for assessment of damages. Where is the compassion? Where is the justice? Broken heart, entire families were wiped out and their survivors are being handed what? Rs 50,000? Some have received nothing. This is not compensation. This is insult piled upon national tragedy. Fire, how dare a country of 1.4 billion sending rockets to the moon and holding G20 summits fail to pay the price of its own dead? The government and Air India owe blood money, and yet there's no emergency fund deployed. No ministers have visited every grieving house. No fast-track relief system. And no one has been jailed. Instead, families are being told to go through paperwork. While the CEOs hold press conferences, mothers cry outside charred hostels, holding up pictures of their dead sons. When a billionaire's car crashes, they get insurance in 24 hours. But when your family is burned alive in a national airlines crash, you get ignored like trash. Where is the Prime Minister's office? Where is the Civil Aviation Minister, who talks so much during election season? Where is the accountability? India bleeds today. And her wounds are ignored by the very system that swore to protect her. We scream Vande Mataram at stadiums, but won't give ours 10 lakh to a widow whose husband died doing nothing but sitting in a plane? This is state-sponsored abandonment. We don't need another committee. We need justice and money in hand. Now. Raised fist India rise up. If this had happened in America or Germany, families would have received crores, legal teams, trauma counseling, and public apologies. Here? They're lucky if they get a phone call. Do not let this be forgotten. Do not let the rich and responsible walk free. Do not let these families die twice, once in flames, and now in bureaucratic silence. Share this. Scream this. Demand this. Because if we don't fight for them now, next time, it'll be you.